Hello everybody and welcome back to another tutorial video where we are going to be showing you how to build a creeper farm. Now this farm is for the Minecraft Bedrock edition exclusively, and it will prevent any and all spider spawns from entering this farm. You will only get creepers to ever spawn in here. Now this farm itself was designed by me with heavy inspiration from Navy Nexus's creeper farm design, so please do check out that dude's channel. He is amazing, a wizard with the technical bedrock scene. And additionally, you can make this farm look pretty awesome if you put some time into it. And the way this farm works is creepers spawn up there, they will eventually walk over one of the trapdoors and fall down all the way into the mob collection system, where they will be funneled down to a single block down here and land in a Trident killer. We'll then be able to take our Trident and load it very deep in the system, making sure that the fork is as far away from this half slab as possible. And then, when we turn this on and hold our looting 3 sword, we'll be able to get massive amounts of gunpowder. This alone was from about 40 minutes of AFK time at the gunpowder farm, and as you can hear, we are just getting creepers galore spawning over here. So yeah, you can expect to get somewhere around 12 to 17 stacks of gunpowder per hour from this thing, which should more than suffice your addiction to TNT or firework rockets. So if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing and also like the video to help promote it to the YouTube algorithm. Alright, so let's get right into it with what you are going to need for this build. Starting out, we're going to go with the materials that you're going to need the most of. It'll be kind of a lot. But this is going to be to complete 1 layer of the farm, and then I'm going to also show you what to complete 5 layers of the farm, because it's not that much worse to go all out and set up 5 layers, and it will be highly beneficial for the efficiency of the creeper farm. So you're going to need about 169 buttons per layer, which will be a little over 13 stacks of buttons if you go the full 5. Then you're going to need almost 7 stacks of trapdoors, which will actually be over 5 stacks of logs. Yeah, they're pretty expensive, trapdoors are. And that's not too bad. If you go for 5 layers, you're going to need 27, looks like almost 34 stacks of trapdoors, which will be about 25.5 stacks of logs. Then for the blocks, this is just for 1 layer and the water catchment system, so that's going to be the bulk majority of the blocks are going to be in the water catchment system, but you've got nearly 27 stacks or a full barrel of whatever block you want. You can even use dirt if you want to, but I will definitely judge your character if you do that. And once again, since we're taking into consideration the water catchment system with that 1 layer over there, then building 5 layers actually isn't much more materials. It's 2 of the full barrels of materials plus 3 stacks, so 57 stacks of materials, and that is the materials to do all 5 layers plus the water catchment system. Then we have got this chest of goodies here. And this is the stuff we are just going to need 1 time, thank goodness, because it's pretty cheap on the redstone front. We got a piston, a hopper, a minecart with hopper, temporary rail, a couple of chests, 2 redstone torches, observer, lever, 1 half slab, a little over a stack of glass, infinite water source, a trident, and preferably a looting 3 sword so you can boost your rates. So to start things out, you are going to need to have a 27 by 27 area allotted for this space. So as you can see with the markers, we have got this laid out right here as a big square on the floor. Then you're going to want to find the perfect center of your square and mark it, because this is going to be where we are dropping our creepers into a trident killer. And just so you know, the center will be 14 blocks away from every single edge of the farm. Once you got your center, find the front of it and break down 2 blocks like that and place a double chest. Then we can go ahead and knock our center point out like that and place a hopper down right here. That hopper needs to be running into the chest, so we can just check it like that, and it is. Very nice. Now we're going to need to come over, place a rail with a hopper minecart on top of it, and then we got to go down and bust this rail off, like so. Then you want to place a piece of glass right there and a trapdoor here. Now, I think it's safe to say we're not setting up some kind of complex storage system here. That's going to be the storage for this. And if you guys want, I can make another video of how to convert pretty much any farm into a decent storage system. So let me know in the comments if that would be something you'd be interested in. But yeah, we'll be able to access our storage just like that through the trapdoor. Now we're going to need to place a block over that hopper minecart right there, and any item that lands on this block will be picked up. So then we're going to need to place a block right here with a piston on top facing that way towards our center point. Then go down a couple of blocks and place our observer like that. The observer is going to run into a block right here, which is going to have a redstone torch back over here behind the farm on that block. We'll cover that with a block as well and place another torch on top. And then we throw a lever on the front side of this piston, and we have a nice little clock right here. Yep, it's a nice easy clock that will allow us to go ahead and turn this Trident killer on and off. But then we need to build up with glass 21 blocks from this point right here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 19, 20, 21. And we're going to bring all of the sides up to that point. And so on this front of the piston up top, we're going to want a slab right there so that we can still get the Trident in and out. We can take it because, I don't know, I think there's still some kind of glitch with Tridents, you know, going rogue whenever you leave chunks and stuff like that. But we're even going to build this front glass tube all the way up to be the same height as the other three. Now on top of this, we're going to start the water catchment system, so we need to build a 9x9 with the center block missing right above this glass tube. And right here we have our 9x9 platform with the center cut out of it. And then we're going to need to go off to the right and left sides and build up one block and build a 9x8 platform right here. So it'll go all the way down this edge, and then it will go 8 blocks in this direction. And it should line up one block inside of this ring that we built. So this will reach a full 25 blocks across in total. And now that we got that built up, it should look something like this. Now we're going to go to the front and the back, and we are going to build one up like this and extend all the way to the opposite side. Just like that, it will be 25 blocks across and 8 blocks deep. Now that we've got that looking like this from the front, we need to go ahead and place blocks underneath all of these as well to contain our water in. They'll be sealed up just like that. Then we need to go to each end and cap these off like this, and with a row all the way around the top as well. And now we should end up with something looking like this. And that is going to be our entire water catchment system all done. We'll just need to line all of the blocks like that with water. Like that as well. And one in each corner on this lower layer. And it should look like this when we're all finished. All the water will be flowing out to the single block in the middle that is above our Trident killer. And we've already got a party going on down here. Next, we need to start building the spawn layers, and that is going to start above one of the corners and go up 1, 2, 3 blocks. And this is going to be the corner of a 25 by 25 block square. Now that we've got our square and it's running just over all of the water at the very end of our water catchment system, we are going to need to turn this into a grid. Just like that. We've got this thing looking like a checkerboard, and we are missing every other block all the way through this thing, and that is exactly what we're wanting to see. Next, we're going to want to take some trapdoors and place them inside the blocks and open them up. Make sure they're open or else creepers will get stuck there. And we're also going to want to place buttons adjacent to every one of the holes right here. So we're going to have it coming off of every single corner of every single block. There should be a button occupying it. And this is what it will look like whenever you're all finished with the grid of trapdoors and buttons. Oh, isn't it glorious? You know what makes it glorious is no spider spawns at all. So from this point, we're going to need to go up with a 2-block space. So on the 3rd block, we're going to be starting our next grid pretty much just like this one. And that should be looking just like this. But now if we're wanting this to be a creeper-only farm, we do have to make one extra adjustment. Because as of right now, all this is going to spawn is zombies, creepers, witches, and skeletons. So, I mean, if you're looking for a general mob farm, I guess this can be used as one too. But if you want it to be a creeper-only mob farm, you're going to need to do the next bit, which is the hardest part, and there is no easy way to go about this. You're going to have to go through, and above every spot without a button, you have to place a trapdoor. And they will kind of zigzag in this fashion. You'll see, you know, you got trapdoor, trapdoor, there. I mean, really, you could cover every single block if you want to, but I'm trying to save you guys some wood here, so. And you will notice that these trapdoors will end up going on the side of a hole every single time. And once finished, it should be looking a bit like this. Now, it's quite expensive, but that will make it so that only creepers will spawn in this farm at all. So now this is going to be built up to where it's 5 layers tall. And there we go, that is all 5 spawning platforms built onto this farm. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 layers of stone or whatever building block in total. And oh man, this thing is looking pretty mega already. You can see all the trap doors on there, all the buttons. Oh. And now for this final bit, since we have this all trapdoored in the appropriate pattern, we can go through and fill all of this in with stone in order to block out light from the top. And there we go, our top platform should be looking like that. Now, one thing that I am not going to do for this farm is build out a roof like this that just goes out in obscenely far directions. But what we are going to do, because number 1, I think it looks better, and number 2, it'll save us a bunch of wood for trapdoors and stuff like that to go on the outside, and we won't have to worry about making our water catchment system any bigger than the farm itself. So yeah, that is the 2 reasons that I chose to do it like this. Now you can either go ahead and go through and fill pretty much the rest of it in with your stone like that, or additionally you could make use of the new tinted glass if you've got that much amethyst and are that absolutely rich that you want to flex this stuff off. Then yeah, you could go ahead and cover all of this in with tinted glass as well, you know, whatever you want to do. Obviously, this is not an optional step. We are just going to encase the farm in blocks that will block out all the light, and tinted glass just happens to be one of them. Like I say, you can do it in dirt if you want, but you will be judged. So now, whether your farm looks like this, or if it looks like this, we should be seeing some creepers going in, spawning on the platforms, and they will be falling down and into the trap. You can see we got actually quite a few creepers that have already just spawned in there, so that's pretty awesome. Then all we need to do, you can see that they are collecting on the piston right here. We just need to throw the trident right onto that block right there, and then flick the lever. As you can see, they all die in a one-hit kill, and our gunpowder gets funneled down here, which rates would be a lot higher if we used a looting 3 sword. Alright, now we will turn this thing off. It has been 30 minutes. Sorry, you get to live to die another day. And we will check how much gunpowder we happen to get in just a half an hour of running this farm. Yeah, we were able to get 5, almost 6 stacks of gunpowder, so that would equal almost 12 stacks of gunpowder per hour, as long as you were holding a looting sword. One thing I would like to point out is, when you load this thing with your trident, you want to try and get it as far back as you can. See how we got that launched pretty far back up against the observer over there. And then that way, whenever this trident turns all the way around, it won't ever come all the way out off of this end over here. Just helps things be a little more consistent and not break. But now that is it for the farm. We have got this thing all the way constructed, and these extra blocks for the walls were not accounted for in the resource list that we had went over down there. But I will be leaving a detailed material list down in the video description if you are interested in finding the dimensions and the blocks you'll need for the walls. And after that, you can go ahead and start enjoying reaping the benefits of a little bit of XP. You know, it's not necessarily built as an XP farm, more as an auto-killing gunpowder factory. So have fun with your explosives. Don't get hurt. And thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you did enjoy it. Please hit me up in the comments section if this is more of the stuff that you guys would like to see in the future. And also, you can drop me any of your redstone tutorial ideas, anything like that, and I will do my best to, you know, try and figure something out for you guys. But with that, hit the like button if you enjoyed it, and consider subscribing if you are new to the channel, and I will see you in the next video.